to the Spitter Swallow Beer Review Special Edition.
Space. The final frontier. I'm Jammer. That's right. Jammer is in that house.
Yes, drinking and thinking.
Yeah. Drinking and thinking. Hey, Shag Dog. The other day, a historical thing happened, a very historical thing, and they used alias names, to hide the true history of it all. I know you heard about the ladies that went to space the other day in Bezos' Big Dick spaceship.
Big Dick spaceship, yep.
Yeah. Well, they went up there for other reasons that you don't know about, I'm sure, because it's not too well known to begin with. And I'd just like to tell you what it was.
Nice.
It was a cosmic quest in a distant galaxy. A catastrophic event threatened to destroy a planet inhabited by a rare species of celestial creatures. The women, led by Starlight Sparkles, a.k.a. Katy Perry, Launchy Lulu, Lauren Sanchez, Galactic Galatron, Gail King, Astro Nerd Star, Amanda Gwynn, and Fly Girl Cosmic Carrie Ann Flynn embarked on a perilous mission to save the planet. And with their diverse skills, they navigated treacherous asteroid fields, decoded ancient alien languages, and outsmarted hostile, now not just any, but hostile space pirates. And as they approached the planet, they discovered the creatures were losing their life force due to a malfunctioning crystal, Shagdog.
Must have been the ice pirates.
Yes. The space ice pirates. The women worked together, combining their expertise. As you know, they're very, very expert at very many different things.
Of course.
To repair that crystal. And Launchy Lulu used her entrepreneurial skills to MacGyver a solution, while Galactic Galatron used her journalistic instincts to uncover the crystal's secrets. Astro Nerdstar applied her scientific knowledge to fix the crystal, and Fly Girl Cosmic piloted the ship through the treacherous terrain. They all worked together, and then Starlight Sparkles used her creativity to channel the planet's energy, restoring the balance to that crystal. And Shagdog, just to let you know, the creatures were saved, and the planet was revitalized. The women returned as heroes and celebrated throughout the galaxy for their bravery, intelligence, and teamwork. And their legendary quest would inspire generations to come, I'm sure, if more people knew about it. And I have taken it upon myself to celebrate these women's diverse strengths and teamwork and determination to save those creatures and the planet. I've taken it upon myself to let people know just how important these ladies are and how important the tasks that they performed were. Mm-hmm. As well as they work damn fast, because they fast forward in time, or actually time slowed down for them. They got into space and time just slowed down because they were only up there for what 60 seconds, 3 minutes, and then they had to come back.
To
us. But during that time, they accomplished all that.
Thank God for DEI. Otherwise, Katy Perry, also known as whatever it was, she would have been up there by herself.
Starlight Sparkles.
Yeah, she would have been up there by herself. So thank God for DEI.
Yeah, DEI and a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Great story, Jammer. I like that.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
How'd you like my background music?
That was pretty good. It made me think of music that damn cult would have been listening to while they're waiting for that comet.
Bob
He-
White and
Bob
the
White, Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate. Yeah,
Yeah,
Heaven's Gate. Bob White.
Bob White. I think it was Bob Applewhite. Apple something?
Applegate.
Applegate? Let's check. Applewhite. Applewhite.
Applewhite. Okay.
Yeah.
He was bald and castrated.
He was about, what's that expression? One apple short, shy of an apple tree or something? I forget.
Uh, yeah, apple fell out of his apple cart, or the apple
Yeah.
cart, something.
Apple
Wheel
didn't
fell
too fall far from the tree or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know his parents though, but yeah, they castrated themselves.
And they
Castrated.
wore Nikes. So if you want to be really cool and hip, wear Nikes and castrate yourself.
Now, if they would have just waited to this year, then Katy Perry and all of them could have saved them.
My God, you are so right. Starlight Sparkle Breath would have took care of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
I didn't even mention the Percy Wrangler.
What the hell is the Percy Wrangler?
I'm sorry, a Pussy Wrangler.
Oh, what's that?
The guy who organized them all.
Oh, he's the Pussy Wrangler? Yeah. He did wrangle up some pussy there, huh?
Yeah. Everybody is kind of thrown up in the air about their trip and everything like that. And let's face it, if you were rich and could do it, you most likely probably would have. Hey, it's a once in a lifetime event to get up there just for a few minutes, not even that long, a few seconds maybe. I don't know how long it was, but just for a little while to go up there and float in so-called space. I don't think you're actually technically in space myself.
Yeah, they call it subspace, right? Like,
yeah, something like that. So technically you haven't left the
atmosphere.
the bounds of this earth.
Yeah, you're still in the outer layer of the atmosphere or whatever.
But
Before
still,
the big glass thing.
You're one of the few that have gone there. I mean, Captain Kirk, William Shatner himself, went.
Yeah.
And he kind of got all spiritual after that. He's like, oh, he doesn't. I don't believe in a God, but I believe that we should take care of the planet. We should take care of each other, love each other, and everything. But in general, he was already that way to a big degree.
Yeah. Didn't he say something about the Earth being flat when he went up there? Or he couldn't. He didn't say it was flat, but he couldn't tell that it was round because you're not up high enough, right? I'm assuming.
Well, I don't know if he ever said anything about it, but I do know that people have said that the Earth is flat, just like in the Bible it says it's flat. They say it's flat, or if it was round, our stars would change, or whatever that's.
The North Star.
If we're floating through space and we're around and everything would change eventually. Nothing would stay the same.
Still the same since ancient Greek times, at least, that we know of, or maybe even before that. So, we're moving at millions of miles an hour. The universe is moving. The galaxy is moving. The solar systems are moving. Yeah.
Yet we are still spinning around, supposedly, and going through all this. So I don't know. I tend to believe what is in the Bible more than I do anything else, and so I tend to like to think that it's flat, but I'm not sure, and so I'm left up in arms on that one.
I mean, if you think about the what's that theory where the universe is 2D or whatever, so we are technically flat if we're 2D.
Yeah,
but we're visualizing stuff in 3D, but technically we're flat. The whole universe is flat.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's weird because you just don't know what to think on that stuff. I mean, problem is there's a lot of hidden knowledge out there. Yeah, when the Alexandria, the library in Alexandria burned, a lot of those things were actually saved, and a lot of it got sent to to Rome there eventually, making its way to Rome and the Catholic Church, to Atlantis and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, a lot of this knowledge was saved. I mean, you talk about ancient knowledge being burned up. Who in the hell would ever burn that up? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
Well, there's crazy people
And
out
then
there.
on top of that, yeah, and I get that too. But on top of that, there's people who would say we need to save this, and they would do everything they possibly can to save every bit of that knowledge.
They probably have an army to save that knowledge. Because if you got like really true knowledge, you're going to do all you can to save it. Yeah.
And what was the big thing back in the day? Knowledge was king. Knowledge was power. Knowledge was everything. And so much so that the Roman Catholic Church convinced people that they had to confess their sins and everything because they wanted to know that knowledge and be able to know what people were doing so they could use that information against them to be able to get them to do what they want them to do and be able to preempt things and so forth. Yeah. And so they gained power and wealth through that. I mean, and that's not, I'm just using the Catholic Church as an example, but that's every religion to a degree back in the day was gaining knowledge from that kind of stuff, you know. So, you know, I mean, that's the crazy part.
Man, I might need to go run and grab another beer real quick, Jammer. I'm almost done with this one.
I have my backup one here.
All right, but you keep talking. I'm going to go grab my backup. Let me chug this one down.
And the other thing is this ancient knowledge. I mean, these ancient rituals of drugs and using things to enter a different realm of existence or a different plane of existence or a dimension. I mean, you know, to be able to take LSD or one of these ayahuasca or whatever, you know, these different type of drugs, the peyote,
DMT.
Yes, passing the peace or the pipe, you know, Indians, and
pass the joint,
finding your spirit animal and all that kind of stuff like that. They were using it in a ritualistic sense in order to gain knowledge and information from dimensional creatures, God, their ancestors. Who knows? I mean, but you know, you should be running to get your I know you find my conversation very interesting.
Hey, you know, keep talking. I'm going to remember this because 12:31. I'm going to go back to this video and watch what you're saying while I'm gone. I'm going to watch the whole video anyhow. All right, I'll be right back.
All right. So anyway, what I was saying is that, you know, this knowledge, it seems very strange that a lot of rich and powerful people partake of different drugs. LSD, marijuana, different hallucinogenics, and so forth like that. And they don't do it in a ritualistic sense, but they do take these drugs and everything, and yet they're several creative people take these drugs and they gain more insight, more knowledge, more information, and they use it to become more successful, more famous, more wealthy, and so forth. And I mean, look at the Beatles. They were successful in the beginning, of course, and then they started getting into the drugs, and then so they created different songs with different stuff, and got creativity, and did quite a few different things, and gained more fame and fortune and everything like that. You look at these politicians have done the same thing and all that stuff. So it makes me think that they know something that we don't, and they don't want the mass population to know that if you took LSD, you might be more open to creating something new and different. They say, what was it? The DNA structure, the helix, the DNA double helix, and all that stuff. Yeah. The guy who came up with that was on a trip on LSD. Huh. He took LSD and he saw the DNA helix, and he realized what it was, and he basically came up with the theory of it, and then proved it because he took drugs.
I thought I heard something else. It's my remote viewing. I didn't know it was LSD, but it might be LSD too. Yeah.
So that guy there. Then what's his name from the guy who created Apple? What was his name?
Marshall Applegate.
No, Apple, the company.
The guy died. We used to wear the black turtlenecks.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs. He said he took drugs and came up with the idea for the different operating systems and stuff like that. I say that that kind of stuff helps you tap into this creativity, this knowledge of your whatever you want to call it, to be one with the world, the source.
You know what dampens that? Even natural, if you're just doing natural stuff, trying to live healthy. You know what dampens your natural ability is
beer.
Alcohol,
Yeah. That's unfortunate too.
They say actual tobacco actually enhances it, but all the chemicals they put in tobacco does it. But they say tobacco.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. Unless you grow your own tobacco, you're never going to be able to do what, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I've always said that, and I've told you this before. I wanted to go on a what do they call that?
Vision quest.
Vision quest. I wanted to go on a vision quest. I still do.
I've been on one already. Yeah. Remember that night at the bar, I saw my spirit animal, the fox, a rabid fox. That was out 5 days later.
Chasing a fox.
Found a rabid fox in the parking lot of the bar over there. Oh, I had a fox. I was chasing a fox the other night over there.
Mm-hmm. But, it happened for a reason. See, that's the other thing. Nothing is just by chance. Think about this. The universe speaks to you.
Yeah, it's too bad I don't have that video of that fox anymore. Speaking of the universe, I would be viral by now with that video.
The universe speaks to you in many different ways, and it's up to you to be able to open up, hear, and understand or interpret what it's saying,
or embrace it.
Yeah, and the other thing is you're every place you are is where you need to be at the time that you need to be there.
Now, do you think your choices have a diversionary? Like you're supposed to be here, but you made this choice, and guess what? Now you're going over here. I mean, we got freedom of choice, right? Or free will.
I think God has already preordained every movement that you could possibly make, and He already knows. But He has these timelines, these different storylines, or whatever that you could possibly do. But He already knows what you're going to pick. So He says, "Okay, I'm going to make sure that when I create this time."
What happens if someone surprises God and takes
nobody's
a different path?
God is all-knowing. He can't be all-knowing unless He knows which path you're going to take. Even with your free will, He already knows.
If He knows that it's not free will, then because He would let you take your own path.
Let me tell you,
know about it.
The fact is, He's all-powerful, all-knowing. So He gives you free will because that's what the only way you can be.
So basically, the way you're saying it is we are a program.
He knows what you're going to do already, yeah.
The programmer does.
Yeah, God. He already knows.
Yeah.
You have the free will to choose, but you always choose a certain way, and He knows that's the way you're going to choose.
What you're programmed to choose. I mean, you just solved riddles.
Well, maybe that's the easiest way for people to understand.
Yeah.
God programmed you, and He knows what you're going to choose, and
it's
so
in your DNA.
Even though you have the free will to choose it, He's not. Even though you're programmed, you have the ability to make a choice. Yet He already knows what you're going to choose.
He just knew I was going to shine that blue light at everybody, right?
It's really hard for you to understand it, to wrap your mind around it because it is so.
I don't believe that actually. I do believe it a little bit, but I believe there's different. I think you end up in the same place where you're going to end up, but I think there's different paths there. That's what I think. It's like the spaghetti model.
Well, I also think that there's choices. I think there's also points in your life where if you made a certain choice, you could have had a better or worse or a catastrophic type life.
Right. I mean, you think of some, I put off college or I put off
pivotal pivotal moments in your life where you made decisions that have affected you ever since.
Yeah. Or decisions you didn't make that affected you ever since.
Because not making a decision is still making a decision.
That is so true.
Because you chose not to make a decision.
Yeah, you made a decision by not deciding. Yeah, I like that, Jammer. I like that. You're a scholar among thieves.
I'm an island of tranquility in a sea of confusion.
You are what you call it, a walnut of knowledge.
I'm independently wealthy that come down and mingle with the peasants.
Not a walnut, a nugget of knowledge, yes.
Yeah. But it's it's pretty deep. I mean, if you think about drugs and all that stuff like that that were used in ritualistic stuff, you have to think there's a reason why they're ceremonial type things like that, and they are tapping into something that that's why I say this knowledge is not well known. This knowledge is forbidden, or this knowledge is hidden,
right.
Because the powers that be that know the real significance of it don't want the mass population to know. They want you to be blind. They want you to be cogs in the big machine. They want you to be the drone ants or drone bees, just working away your lives.
They only want you to be a cog.
Feeding the system.
You're just a washer.
You know what I'm saying? Just feeding the system what you need to feed them, making the money and giving it to them, making it and giving it to them.
Is that part of God's plan and programming that certain people know and get all this glory?
No, I think that the devil is involved in all that too.
Oh, so they're cheating the system.
I think they're hiding that knowledge from people. I mean, if you want to see something that's really interesting, go to Joe Rogan's thing and watch the videos with him talking to the mushroom guy, right?
Yeah.
That mushroom guy, he's talking about his friend that's big in mushrooms and all that stuff, but he's older and he's losing his hearing. And when he was on a mushroom trip, taking the magic mushrooms, he didn't need his hearing aids. He could hear just fine.
Because it's in your brain.
Yeah, the mushrooms make new pathways.
Yeah.
Just like in the ground.
Wait. So he was actually hearing real stuff out here in the physical world?
Yeah, right here. What does that say?
Cheers.
Hey. P.A. Brew News. Yay. There you go.
Ales, what's Ramley's Ales and Lagers?
Is that his new new thing?
Could be.
PA, let us know, man.
Cheers. I guess PA Brew News, cheers and saying it. So it must be his new channel.
Kampai.
Wait, so he's promoting Ramsey's Ales and Lagers, home brews, and craft beer. And he's letting us know, hey, this is PA Brew News. Okay, gotcha.
Okay. Cool.
Well, I'll leave it up for a few more seconds in case anybody watches this besides you.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think it's kind of crazy. You know, I tend to believe that they're holding back on that knowledge and not allowing people to know it.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, God, you made me lose my train of thought with all your nuggets of wisdom right there. I think, you ever listen to Sylvia Brown or some of those type of people, like, this is a choice. You decided who your parents were going to be. You picked your parents before you came here. You picked, different things. It's a challenge because you did this past life because, reincarnation with her, but you did this. Now you want to be with poor parents, or now you want to try this challenge with, a rich family, all these different things. It's like a game here.
Well, they say energy never dies, and we're energy.
Yeah. And
science says energy never dies.
And I don't know about reincarnation, but those dudes that do the ayahuasca, see the star,
well, that's what I was about to say about the scientists that were doing the tests on that and everything. The ayahuasca, focused on home brewing. Ah, okay, yeah, that's cool.
Get some ayahuasca brewing too. We'll be there.
Yeah, see, now I wouldn't mind getting with PA and doing a little magic mushroom there.
Medicine out of wild mushrooms, so I agree.
But what I was going to say is they did this test with it, and then during that testing, the people say one of them said they were in heaven, and they were there where the babies were actually being, the souls were being put into the babies, and they were
Oh,
going.
yeah.
And so they were able to witness that happening in real time and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
I saw like the one guy said like souls going into this like box type thing and then going back down to the earth. So going through
Yeah.
this box thing and going to the earth or something.
So,
So who knows, right?
I mean, obviously it opens up your minds and the pathways to some knowledge and wisdom and creativity. Yeah. See, 100% energy never dies.
Yeah, I mean, you're still scared of the unknown because your knowledge of it here on Earth is lost, and there's probably a way to access it, but we don't know how.
Yeah, that's
There's
the
some
sad
people, like
thing.
you said, there is some people out there, deep secrets, deep thoughts, whatever. They know how, but they're keeping that from the public, and you know,
It's just like frequencies, the knowledge of frequencies and what frequencies can do, and
right.
and how powerful these frequencies can be. If you can use a frequency like that, what's his name that broke down the walls, Jericho, right?
The walls of Jericho.
Yeah, the walls of Jericho.
Who broke down the walls of Jericho? Wait, wait, let's check. Because Samson broke down something, but I don't know if it was Jericho or not.
No, that's not Jericho.
Who broke the walls of Jericho? The Israelites led by Joshua. Okay.
Joshua. He used something that created frequencies to break down the walls of Jericho and everything like that.
Might have been the Ark of the Covenant.
Edward, whatever his name, Coral Castle, said he used frequencies. Then you talk about Nikola Tesla. He said something about frequencies. You start looking at history and everything. All these people are talking about using frequencies to create or move or to destroy or do all these different things.
Or to create negativity, like they said. I forget what year it was. There was a certain megahertz of frequency or whatever it is. They change it to that, and it creates.
Yeah, they put the music in this certain frequency that actually brings everybody into becoming angry and being
all the Karens,
not being comfortable, constantly agitated, basically.
Irritated. Like there's something you were playing earlier, the last video, or maybe it was before we started this video. You were playing something. I was like, oh, I just started getting irritated. Whatever frequency that was in, that was horrible.
Well, let me tell you, the frequencies make a difference.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about that. Just like this frequency, like here, is very healing. It's 432. It's a sleep meditation healing frequency.
Oh, we're probably going to need that. I hope I don't call in.
So I'm going to put everybody to sleep right now with this frequency playing. But
I don't know about sleeping jammer, but that shit's making my nipples hard.
I can tell you this much. I play this music whenever I'm having trouble sleeping. And I actually fall asleep, and I sleep really well.
I am almost sleeping right now. Yeah. But I did only sleep 5 hours yesterday, so here I am.
Well, that's what we say, But I'm just saying, frequencies make a difference.
Oh, well, what do you say? He blew the shower. He blew the shower horn.
The shower horn.
The shofar horn. The shower horn. Yeah, I mean, you get a lot of. Hey, what did he drop? He's got the shower horn. He must have dropped the soap again. Everybody in there. Joshua dropped the soap.
That was no horn. That was him screaming.
Knocked down the walls of Jericho.
God, that's pretty bad that we think about Joshua dropping the soap and all of a sudden screaming.
Yeah, that happens when you blow the shower horn.
Oh, man.
Chardonnay will make girls' nipples go erect. Yeah, they might. I don't drink Chardonnay, so I don't know. I mean, I'm not a girl.
Especially if you pour them on girls' nipples.
Yeah. Some girls just pour the Chardonnay on them and then give them a couple smacks and
Yeah, well, of course you got to smack them a little bit,
does a trick. I'm just kidding. I don't promote violence unless they like that sort of stuff.
You won't bite. You don't bite unless they like it, right?
Right, slap, choke, or bite unless they like it. Yeah. Some don't know they like it until they try it.
Exactly.
All right,
Everybody should try things 3 times. One, because the shock of it will throw you off. 2, you might think you like it, and then you're like, oh, try it again, and I'm not sure. Oh no. And 3rd time you really know.
And then they also they like it too much, so I'm not going to do that anymore because I like that too much. Yeah.
Most women, I'm going to tell you right now, like to be smacked. At least get that ass smacked, man.
Yeah, the ass is especially if it's got a little meat on it. If it's bony, not too many of them.
They like to be spanked. They like to be
the bony
like
ones too, Jammer. The bony ones.
Yeah. I fuck them all. Well, I used to.
Yes, back in your single days.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to talk like this, like that. We're on a family channel.
That's true. But no, I mean, being serious, I mean, let's face it. If you really get down to it, it's being more animalistic. You're tapping into that animal that's inside. That one animal that likes to be degraded, or that animal that likes to, rough, likes to, what I'm saying?
Yeah, I should probably change the title more to the like of the Katy Perry and all that instead of what I had on there. But that's okay, right? It would have got us more views.
I don't know what the title is. What does it say?
To infinity and beyond, strange tales of space travel and comet raptures. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of rapture going on, that's for sure.
I do have hashtag Blue Origin on there, but
the big space stick.
I should put the big space stick. You only got so much space with that title, though.
Sprinkle the weird stuff in like spices, just a bit here and there. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and slowly get them. What is that? What is it? Acquainted? Not acquainted. No, acclimated to it. Acclimated. Yeah. So you say, "Hey, I got these handcuffs. Let me just put them on you. Look. Hey, how you like to feel that handcuff? And then slowly work them in, hey, let's just put one handcuff on and I'll hold on to you and I'll pull your arm, And hey, why don't we do both of them with your hands behind your back? And then you're like, yeah, baby. Yeah. Smack. Yeah, hit it,
What else? Oh, boy. So much for our family channel.
SPA Brew News. He says you have to slowly acclimate him.
Yeah.
That's like a pimp. A pimp will slowly work his way into getting. Give the girl. That girl is desperate for money, doesn't have a home or whatever like that. He'll get her a home and give her the clothes, all these nice things, treat her like a queen and all that stuff, and then say, "Honey, I really need some money here. Can you do me a favor? I got a guy, he's my friend, can you just kind of like, show him a good time, da, 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 da.
I don't know any pimps that treat the girls well and give them a nice place to live. I think
no, in the beginning. In the beginning, you treat them well, and that's the way you own them after the fact.
Oh, so you get them trained, and then, okay, now you're living in the one room with 5 other girls.
And then you turn them out, okay, all right, now you're working for me.
And then snitch on these. You tell them all, snitch on these other girls. They try to steal my money. I'll reward
and when they
you,
back talk you give them a little bitch slap.
Yeah. Straight from the words of Ice-T. Now you owe me. Bitch better have my money.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know how we went from space travel and comments to pimps and hoes.
Because the big space stick.
The big space stick. That was it. Katy Perry. She not only kissed a girl.
You know,
she
Third
kissed,
Rock from the Sun was the big head. What was his name? Big head or big?
She kissed a flower inside the big space dick.
Yeah. But the Third Rock of the Sun was the big head.
I think so. Yeah.
All right, big head. Well, there's your big space dick. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, this is cool that PA joined us. I mean, I haven't heard from PA. You know, of course, I haven't been on here doing beer reviews quite often. You know, like that. So it's pretty cool that he joined.
Yeah. Yeah, you haven't been on here. Well, you've been on here last 2 weeks, I think, right? 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You took that like month and a half break or whatever.
Yeah, lost 25 pounds.
I had to carry the fucking whole show on my shoulders and my back.
Yeah, and you carry it well on your back. You should have a lot of things on your back. You should be like a little bitch boy. Big giant head, yeah. Played by William Shatner, yeah.
Was played by William Shatner.
The big giant head.
Oh.
William Shatner played that role.
He had a role called in the
on Third Rock of the Sun. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Big giant head.
Forgot about that.
Which probably went to his head.
Mm-hmm. Third Rock from the Sun. That was a pretty good show. I like that show.
9 a.m.
I was so turned on by that girl. She was a lesbian in real life.
What was that? 9 a.m. Pre-dawn flight. What was it? 9 a.m. flight. What was that line? What is that? Rocket Man.
Was that from Elton John? You're quoting Elton John, Jammer?
0 hour. 9 a.m. And I'm going to be high as a kite.
Wait, is that from the song by Elton John? Or?
Yeah.
But William Shatner quoted that?
William Shatner did the song. You never saw that video?
No.
Oh my God, you got to look it up. Watch it. It's classic.
You want me to play it right here? Or is it on YouTube?
I guess probably? You could. You know, what the hell?
Let's see. What's it called?
Rocket Man by William Shatner.
Rocket Man, William Shatner, YouTube.
Look at you. You're all technology bound.
Wait, that was way back in 1978 or some shit?
Yeah.
Is that old one?
He's smoking. I'm going to be high as a kite by then.
Okay, let's see. First in the fucking commercial. First in the damn commercial. Yeah. I hope this one gets copyrighted.
He did the whole song.
All right. Now I'm going to share the screen, right? Present, share screen. It's going to be a long, long time.
You're probably going to have to put it in the, the description, whatever. Yeah. 0 hour. Right, 9 a.m.
Is it showing up?
It's showing, but you got to push play.
It's right there. Okay. All right, I'm gonna make it full screen there. Hold on. Hey,
make big.
There we go.
Back
the bigger. Make big.
Eggs. Last night, pre-flight. 0 hour. 9 a.m. Hi.
Doing Captain's Log.
It's a kite by the miss the earth so much. I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such times. And I think it's going to be a long, long time. The touchdown brings me back again to find
that audio is horrible.
Man, where you think I am back home? Oh no, I'm a rocket man. man. Burning out his fuse out here alone. I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown bring me round again and find I'm not the man they think I am. Oh, no, no, no.
Oh no.
I'm a rocket man.
Rocket Man.
Rocket man. Burning out his fuse.
I thought I was going to sing it.
Mars ain't.
All right, can I turn that off now?
Yeah, you can turn it off. Yeah, Rocket Man.
Yeah. That's horrible.
It's classic.
That was horrible.
Transform Man. The Transform Man got him.
I think
that right there. All right.
It.
All right. So that right. Talk about life path and everything. He says yes to almost every little thing that comes about. And here's the thing. He said yes to doing that album, which caused him, ended up somebody contacting him to do Boston Legal because they knew of him doing that and all that stuff. And then on top of that, the guy who did the next album, whatever that he did here not too long ago, was a fan of the Transform Man who contacted him to do another album. So
now, what show was that on? That thing right there. Was that some variety show?
That was the Tonight Show.
Oh, that was on the Tonight Show? Yeah. Was that when Johnny Carson was on there?
Johnny Carson, yeah.
Man, I hope Johnny and Ed were smoking some shit because that
Johnny didn't know what to think. He was like thrown back. The thing is that they used they had poetry in the beginning, and then did the what you call it, but on the show they couldn't do the poetry, so they just ended up doing the song, and it came off as being kind of weird and all that kind of crap.
I mean, good for him because he's a captain of a starship and all that kind of stuff in the show.
And he went on the Big Dick spaceship.
Well, he did go on the Big Dick
like
spaceship,
Sprinkles Katy.
The Blue Origin, the Big Blue Dick, but it's white. Right? They should make it blue.
They should have been blue.
They can call it the Big Blue Dick.
Yeah, Blue Ball Dick.
Blue Origin. Blue Ball Dick, yeah. Yeah. Man, I'd like to do one more jammer, but I gotta get to bed. I mean, I could call in tonight if I want because I can do whatever I want. But
hey, it's up to you, my brother.
Well, my parents be upset if I call in because they live next door.
Yes, because they had plans to have their romantic night.
Yeah, they live next door and they'll see my car out there all night, so they'll know I didn't go to work tonight.
Or you could go ahead and drive to work and then just sleep in the parking lot.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Car camping.
No, I just say, hey, I'm a grown adult. I'll do whatever I want.
I'm devil's advocate, and I'm like, oh, yeah, well, you could end up camping in the car.
The other day, they're like, hey, when was the last time you called in? I was like, I haven't called in since February. They're like, well, you just took a vacation in March, though. I was like, oh, yeah. Well, I'm due for another day off.
Oh, my God.
I mean, they should look at people I work with. They're like barely getting by. They're struggling to not get fired. I'm pretty good, actually. I'm really good. I'm in a good spot. I'm still about 3 steps away from getting fired. Just sleeping off. I can't sleep it off at work, man.
Why not? Go to the bathroom and then just get in the stall and take a little nap.
And it doesn't. It's not like it likes Pasco or whatever. But
no. What you do is you go to the bathroom.
I
take a little nap.
I'm not like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather just go.
And when they complain about you being in the bathroom too long, say, I don't think I have to talk to you about my medical problems.
It's gonna be a long, long time. I'm gonna call in sick.
I'm a rocket man.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Big Dick Origin.
Yeah. I'm already like 40 minutes late from going to bed. Yeah.
Well, you know what happened to me yesterday?
I don't know what happened to you.
I put some hamburgers on into the air fryer, right?
Did you burn them?
No, I didn't burn them. I just turned them on, and then I went onto the couch and I took a little nap that lasted until about 6:00 p.m.
What happened to the burgers?
They were in the air fryer still, waiting to be picked up. So I ended up taking them up and putting them in
So
the
there's
fridge.
a timer on it so it cooked and then stopped.
Yeah, they cooked and stopped. So I turned around, I put them in the fridge and everything, and I went to bed.
10 to 15. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. I remember one time I was cooking hot dogs. I said, I'm going to eat some hot dogs. After I came back from the bar, I threw some hot dogs. I just boiled them, Threw in the pan. I fucking passed out. I woke up like an hour and a half, 2 hours later. I smelled something burning. The water evaporated. Hot dogs were in the pan, like all black. And
so you like to boil them, huh?
I prefer to like either grill them mostly, but or fry them. But I'll boil them for easy hot dogs. Yeah.
I tell you, the air fryer is really great because I put them in the air fryer and they just.
I probably cook. What's the little oven thing? I got one of those. What's that?
Toaster oven.
Toaster oven. Yeah, I probably cook them in there too. Huh?
Yeah. Toaster oven's good.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That's almost like convenience store there.
Yeah. Except they're not rotating, but
that's the only problem. If you got a rotisserie in the toaster oven, that would be even better.
I like that
because you could stick the hot dogs on there and let it rotisserize.
Right, rotisserize. I like that. It's like Google Eyes.
Yeah, make big.
Another word you invented today, Jammer. Rotisserize.
Yeah. Googleize that.
Yep.
I'm telling you, we create all kinds of slang words. Man.
Yep. We sure do.
Our mark on society is underappreciated.
We should have wrote a lot of them down because I don't use a lot of them we used to use before. Yeah.
Well, I was pleasantly surprised by the fact that a comedian was talking about stuff, and he was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. That was one of your big ones. But there's some other ones like, different beer things like snifferoonie. I'm going to give it a little snifferoonie or, stuff like that. Weird words we use, and, I don't capitalize on them. We should be selling these.
Slanglish?
Yeah, slanglish. Yeah.
Yeah, slang that's English. Slanglish.
Snifferoonie. I forget. There's other ones. I can't think of them.
There's some sayings that I used to use at one of my previous jobs, and what was funny about it is that people would ask me about it, and I would say a certain phrase, and that eventually got back to me from my boss because I asked, "Hey, how you doing?" And he said the same exact thing that I would say, and then I knew that I was a trendsetter at work.
You're a trendsetter.
That came full circle because people would ask me, "Hey, how you doing there, Jammer?" And I'd say, "Just peachy."
Just peachy.
And they would laugh. Yeah, just peachy, and they would laugh.
Yeah. I never liked the just peachy, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Eventually, everybody would turn around and come back to me, and and what did my boss say when I said, "Hey, how you doing?" He goes, "Just peachy."
Well.
And I was thinking fuzzy navel.
I had this one girl I used to work with.
Feeling like I was Joe Walsh. I really like your peaches and want to shake your tree.
Yeah. This one girl I used to work with, she used to always say, "Hey, how's it going?" Fantabulous was the word she used all the time. Yeah. Fantastic and fabulous together, yes. Oh, fantabulous. Good, nice. I can put two words together, too. Foff. Fuck off.
Yeah, foff. That's even better because that's quicker.
Yeah.
You just say foff.
Fuck off.
That's perfect, man. And nobody will know what you're really saying.
Right.
Unless they tune in.
I just made that up, yeah.
Wow, Shag Dog.
Yeah. A moment of real man of genius.
Yes.
All right, Jerry.
And was powered by beer.
Right. Only two of them. Wait. Oh, three. I had 3 drinks. Okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
3 drinks is all it takes.
Yeah.
All right. I better get off here. I gotta get to bed. I gotta go to work tonight.
Well, at least let's finish our beer.
I already finished mine. I got like 7 hours to go until I gotta wake up. I need 8 hours of sleep.
Oh my God. It's not like you're getting any prettier.
No, I'm not talking about being pretty. I need 7 hours of sleep, so I'm well rested to work hard.
Or to put up with the nonsense you have to put up with.
Physically, it's just way too demanding. Yeah, it's
That's
really
why you
bad.
need to drink another beer so you be anesthetized.
What's that mean?
Numb.
Think I'll still
So
be
it won't
numb?
hurt.
7 hours, 8 hours.
You won't hurt when you get up. You'll be like, yeah, okay, I got to do this. Oh, I have to bend over and get this. Okay. Oh, well, it doesn't hurt.
What's the maximum beers you need to drink to be whatever you call it?
Anesthetized?
Yeah.
Depends on your weight.
Oh, okay. So basically, you wake up, you drink so much, you wake up, you don't even feel it.
When I wake up, I'm going to be the man who wakes up next to you. And I would
hope you don't wake up next to me.
500 miles, and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
All right. I am done. To infinity and beyond. We went there and we came back.
Sprinkles titty bass. Katy bass.
Yes, she kissed an alien.
She kissed an alien.
And she thinks she likes it.
Well, I heard that. Yeah. Well, is that the Anunnaki or whatever they call it?
Anunnaki?
Aliens,
right?
Right?
Is that the aliens? Yeah, from Planet X, right?
Yeah.
But basically, they think that's angels, also the fallen angels or the Anunnaki. Who knows?
That's the crazy thing. It could be the fallen angels, but it also could, and here's the thing. Fallen angels mated with human women, right? And created giants. And they say, that's the other thing. I talk about the hidden knowledge, but there's hidden history too.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you know the song. There's a song about that. The mama of the fallen angels. Win big, mama's fallen angel. Lose big, live it out your life. Wants it all, mama's fallen angel.
Mama's fallen angel.
Lose it all, rolling the dice of your life.
Poetic.
Yeah. That was the fallen angels.
Pretty deep. But I'm just saying, that's like hidden knowledge too, because they say they found giant skeletons.
Oh yeah.
And everything, and the Smithsonian is hiding it.
Yeah.
But the Smithsonian says we never have a record of this or that or that. Well, of course you wouldn't have a record if you're trying to freaking hide it.
Right. And the giants were supposedly part of the Great Flood was to kill the. I mean.
The thing about it is, it's in the newspapers of the time. Giants found.
Right.
Skeletons found.
Early 1900s, late 1800s, yeah. The flood was to kill the giants. Not only that, because the world was evil, kill off all the humans, besides Noah and his offspring. But supposedly giants survived because Goliath, and there were some other giants supposedly there in Canaan or wherever that were giant descendants or whatever, yeah. So,
well, I know there was a guy named Big John.
Big John.
He was a hell of a man, He saved a bunch of miners, and Big John.
Oh. Does he have a paper towel? You froze up, Jammer. I hope that's Jammer, not me.
What's that?
You froze up. You're still
frozen. You did too. You cycled.
Oh. Yeah, Big John. Was that the one with the paper towel? Oh, that's Brawny. That's Brawny. Yeah. His cousin. Brawny. Yeah.
Big Bag John.
Yeah.
That song, actually, if you listen to it and you actually pay attention to it and everything, it's a very...
it's about giants.
Well, it's not about giants, but just in general, you think to yourself, this guy, he saved all these people and then died and everything. It's a very sad song, man. But it's also something that you have to say, well, that guy, he gave us all to help others and everything like that. Yeah, it can bring a tear to your eye if you let it.
Sad songs, they say so much.
Yeah, they do. They do say so much. Sad songs.
All right, Jim, I need to get going.
Man, you're such a Debbie Downer.
Yeah, I gotta get going. I gotta get up in lessons.
You kept me up till like 3 p.m. the other day.
It was before that, but
yeah, you didn't even look at your watch when I was needing to go to work.
Well, when I woke up last night, when I messaged some girl and I looked at the time, it was 2:45. So I was like, man, we must not get done until 2:30.
And Freaky Freaks was talking, and you like, I'm like, what the hell, it was like 3 p.m. by the time I actually...
Yeah, but I go to work earlier than you, don't I?
No. What time do you go to work?
10 o'clock, I gotta be there.
I gotta be there at 10:30, so technically 30 minutes earlier. Okay,
wow.
All right, so 30 minutes earlier, you're at work.
Well, I need 8 hours of sleep because I have a physically...
And what's crazy about that is 30 minutes earlier, you turn around and text me and talk to text like 50 times during that 30 minutes. And it's like, how is that possible that you're at work now at 10 o'clock and you're texting me 50 times by that time?
One thing I hate about this video is all this nonsense we've been talking for the last 20 minutes is going to ruin the algorithm for the first 30 minutes.
Oh, well. If you're going to worry about algorithms, you're already lost. I can't help you.
Back in the old days, Jammer would be the professional one. It's like, oh, we got to end this video. Can't have it more than 20 minutes.
See? Right there. PA is spreading the news, man. He's spreading the wisdom. I mean, it's right there. Or, I'm sorry. Molly's Ales and Lagers, home brews and craft beer is spreading the wisdom.
Start spreading the news.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of giants, my giant ass has to get to bed.
I think you want everybody to believe you have that giant ass and dick and all that stuff and giant dick in your ass, but
I am a giant of men.
You're a giant ass.
Giant. I've been called oblivious ass. I might as well be a giant ass too.
I used that phrase the other day.
Which part? Oblivious asshole? Yeah. Who'd you call it?
I said to my wife, I guess I'm just an oblivious asshole.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I told her, I said, I guess I'm just an oblivious asshole, huh?
Oh, no.
And she laughed.
Oh, that's good.
She was laughing.
You could have agreed.
She knew about Shag Dog and the oblivious asshole.
She knows the oblivious asshole story. Okay.
But it was funny because I was talking about something and I said, well, I guess she said something and I said, well, how was I supposed to know? Oh, wait a minute. I guess I'm just an oblivious asshole.
Well, you would be if you didn't know something. I was called that for no particular reason at all, just because somebody thought they were smarter than me or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. There's certain shag dogisms that I can't pass up, and I don't mean to bring it up because sometimes I feel. And Shag Dog, I'm going to tell you this. Sometimes I feel bad for bringing them up because I feel like I'm picking on you.
The funny part is that video where I was called an oblivious asshole, and you were like, "Yeah, you asshole," edging around and shit.
Hey, what are friends for?
All right. That was funny though because you were laughing. Yeah, you asshole. That was so great.
Keep smiling. Keep smiling. Yeah. That's what friends are for.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, I feel sometimes like I pick on you because I bring it up. But in reality, it's funny. It's just in general. And I don't mean anything by it when I bring it up. Because I think that in reality, who was the oblivious asshole? the one who said it.
Right, and then you knew that was good footage, and you're taking advantage of it.
That was damn good footage.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, it was. I mean,
Yeah. You did post that on the Facebook thing one
did
time,
I?
about a year or two ago, 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. Because I did watch it again. I was like, and then because I tell her later on, you want to go home and shut your fucking mouth or something like that. Yeah.
I remember that. That was.
Yeah.
I was like, man, Shag Dog, man, his balls just got big.
I was tired of it. I was like,
Yeah, he's speaking up now. This is the military Shag Dog. Yeah, he's coming out when he's big and bold, man. He's gonna smack her ass. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
I never smacked a girl like that.
I was waiting for it because I knew that she'd piss herself.
Yeah, I would have took her home though.
Yeah. What?
And she stifled herself, so
Yeah.
it worked.
Man,
At least for 2
she
hours.
did stifle herself. Stifle yourself like Archie Bunker, man.
Yeah, at least for 2 hours she stifled.
And then you told her to get you a beer. That's
Yeah.
classic Archie, man.
Probably, yeah.
Stifle. Get me a beer.
All right, I'm off. Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
You're gonna
thanks
keep
for watching, comment, and like and subscribe. And I guess I'm gonna turn into because it's a sad day that Jammer doesn't fall asleep in his bed like I didn't yesterday.
Yeah, that's so sad.
Fell asleep and slept for 2 hours before going to actual bed for 2 hours, and then going to work, and then getting off and work and coming here and doing beer reviews. Yeah, that's right. Everybody clap for that. Because Jammer is die hard. Look at that. The crowd agrees. All right.
Yeah,
Shag Dog.
I'm a little upset because my app's not working. I might have to uninstall it. All right, love you, brother. See you on the next one next week, maybe.
Take care, PA. Hopefully you could join us one day. Join us.
Maybe we can do it
like the Evil Dead. Join us. Join us.
Yeah.
You ever watch the Evil Dead?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I didn't really catch the first two movies too much, but
the first movie itself is a classic, man.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I gotta go because you're just gonna go into another conversation. I have to go. Bye.
You know what I'm doing.
Yeah, next one.
All right.
Yeah,
brother.
you might as well just go close it out. If you want to keep going, just grab another beer and go solo.
No, I better not because I've already had too much, and I probably should get something to eat and go to bed.
All right.
That's the adult responsible me. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh,
All right.
We'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing, and sharing. I'm Jammer.
Shag Dog, drinking and thinking.
Drinking and thinking. The Spitter Swab Beer Review. Take care, guys. Bye.